renal calculus. Renal calculus. Renal calculus. Renal, RENAL, calculus, CALCULCUS. CALCULUS. Calculus. So you know very well it's nothing but it is known as renal stone. Kidney ralu. Kidney la ralu antaru kada. It's nothing but the గుర్దం మే కంకర్ పత్తర్ అట్లా అంటారు. ఓకే, ఇట్స్ నథింగ్ బట్ a stone in the kidney we call as renal stone. So that is renal calculus. So this is path. What is the etiology? Etiology, write down. So dietic. When the deficiency of A is leads to the desquamation of the cells. So one thing, ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, whenever there should be formation of any stone means there must be a nidus. NIDUS. Nidus should be there. What is nidus? It's nothing but a foreign particle or any particle. నీళ్ళల్లో ఎన్నో పార్టికల్స్ వస్తుంటాయి, చూసిందా ఎప్పుడన్నా? కొంచెం స్టోర్ ఉన్నా కానీ లేకపోతే మట్టి కుండలలో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎప్పుడైనా చిన్న చిన్న particles వస్తుంటాయి, డస్ట్ particles. So that is enough for the even this one, because that vitamin A acts as a desquamation of the cell. So this desquamation means the cells will be freed from the ureterical surface and come into the lumen. So when it is coming into the lumen, around which there will be formation of this or the solutes will be surrounds and causing the stone. Okay, so that's why there must be a nidus. When desquamation of the cell is there, so then there will be cells will be there floating in the urine, in the ureter, causing the so this urinary this around which, so the stone this all the calcium and all the solutes will be deposited over around that nidus causing. So that is the main important for the stone formation is having a nidus. Whatever it may, even some bacteria also may as a nidus. Okay, whatever it may be, I'm telling you just as a nidus. It's a other particles free which moves within the urine. The next is altered solutes and colloids. Altered urinary solutes and colloids. So whenever there is in the heart climate, what happens? There will be the urinary colloids, so the solutes will rise. That means due to dehydration, so water takvaipotundi, the solutes will be increased. When solutes is increased, that also forms like a nidus. The other cause is decreased urinary salts, colloids. So usually that also absorb the, so due to colloid urinary colloids, so they absorb the around the calcium, all the magnesium, so that will be absorbed over that particle causing the again so the stone. And another is increased mucoproteins, so that also which chelates the calcium, and there will be forming a insoluble complex with, so nothing but these increased mucoproteins cause the absorption, leads to the increased mucoproteins also will cause insoluble this which chelates the calcium, forms the insoluble complexes. Normally what happens in the this soluble complexes means whenever they will be coming and they will getting on absorbed, but this is not possible whenever there is increased calcium is deposited around that nidus. That is one. Next, decreased urinary output of citrate. So when citrate is mainly may be important for the maintenance of the solution. So the solution maintenance కావాలంటే citrate ఉండాలి. So that citrate is reduced. So that's why that causes the, again there will be insoluble calcium phosphates and urine the carbonates will be there leading to the stone. So దానికే మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, ఆల్కలైన్ సిట్రేట్ అని ఇస్తుంటాం. ఎప్పుడైనా చూస్తుంటారు సిట్రాల్ కాన్ అట్లాంటి కొన్ని బ్రాండ్స్ తో ఉంటాయి సిట్రాల్ కాన్ ఉంటాయి. సో దే ఆర్ నథింగ్ బట్ we give that citrates which increase the solubility of the this thing, so causing the stone formation becomes reduced, diminished. So that is urinary output when reduced of the this citrate is reduced. So that is one. And also there is renal infection. As I told, Staphylococcus infection, E. coli or Staphylococcus, and E. coli. As I told, that also acts, even bacteria also acts as a nidus around which these calcium deposits and magnesium phosphate on the deposits may be there around which causing the stone. That is one. And inadequate urinary drainage. Inadequate urinary drainage. And next, prolonged immobilization. Prolonged immobilization. Like paraplegia, అట్లాంటి quadriplegia ఏమైతుంది వాళ్ళు లేవలేరు మంచం. So with that there will be skeletal decalcification will be there. With that skeletal decalcification will increase the urinary this calcium also excretion will be there. So that's why, so which acts as a nidus, and also that also, and also mechanical effect also, recumbency position will be there, and the patient always padkone untaru then recumbent position. So that leads to the renal drainage is also reduced. When renal drainage is not reduced, that stasis will be there. Stasis acts as the infection, and these will cause the even nidus formation will be there. So that is one. Next, hyperparathyroid. Other cause is hyperparathyroid. So in this also, multiple recurrent stones will be there due to increased calcium, elimination of the calcium. So this involves in the bony resorption will be there. Bony this calcium will be so elimination of the calcium will be there by the bony resorption. So thereby the calcium is maintained. So apparently, so when calcium is increased, again solutes will be. When solutes is increased, then that forms as a nidus, and also around which there will be nidus and the stones. So this is also one important. And another is Randall's plaque. Randall's plaque. Randall apostrophe. Randall's plaque. 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 So that is also nothing but in this there will be microliths. Microliths means small stones. Is called microliths. So that will be there due to erosion of the apex. So there will be desquamation of the cells. So renal papilla. So there around what that urinary papillae. So you know very well. So in the kidney there will be urinary papilla will be there. So from where గుర్తుందా నిన్న చెప్పాను నేను ఏంటి దిస్ ఈజ్ ది యూరినరీ పాపిల్లా ఇన్ ది క్యాలిక్స్ లోపల urinary papilla ఉంటుంది. So these urinary papillae, so there will be projection. So there will be projection like these papillae. So this is the urinary papillae. So in which at the edge, as I told, there will be convoluted tubules will be end here, and after formation of the urine, so that will be collected from the minor calyces into the major calyces and into the pelvis, thereby urinary this catheter ureter and enters into the bladder. From there urethra that will be eliminated. So that is the norm. So around which the renal papillae, these calcium deposits will be there, that acts as Randall plaque. So that's why there will be small minute concretions of the renal parenchyma. So in the renal parenchyma, because you see, all these stones are present in the either in the callus minor or major calluses or pelvis or within the other calluses. But here, since this is present in the ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది renal papillae? Renal papillae ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది? Cortex ఆ medulla నా?
Cortex.
Cortex. That's why, right. Cortex. So that's why there will be cortical concretions. Small cortical concretions will be there in the renal parenchyma. That is the important. So ikkade anni kuda ikkada untayi. But in the G2 Randall's plaque, so the stones will be there within the renal parenchyma. That is one. So varieties are renal calculus. Varieties. That is oxalate crystals, phosphate crystals, phosphatic calculi, uric acid or urate calculus, cystine calculi, xanthine calculi. Xanthine calculi. So according to the chemical constituents, this is divided depending upon the chemical constituents of that stone. So that calculus, that is divided. So oxalate crystals, which are mulberry stones, because that will be like mulberry stones and having spikes over it. Mulberry paina soft ikkada kuda there will be spikes will be there. Spike sharp projections will be there around the around the stone. There will be sharp projections will be. So these projections, star-like projections will be there. So those projections, so they will be single usually. They are single, and compared with the two sharp projections will be there, and also kidney. So that's why when that projection is there, that causes the kidney damage leading to the bleeding. So అందుకే oxalate crystal లోపల bleeding is the common. So once the bleeding will be there, so again there will be blood will be collected. That also may cause us blindness, causing the stone formation. So that is, and this is radio opaque shadow. Radio opaque అంటే on X-ray you can see white shadow, white glistening, shiny, high concentrated whitish color stone will be there. So that is within the kidney area. So that is we call as this oxalate crystals, phosphatic crystals. These are so they will be having ammonium magnesium phosphate. The chemical composition is ammonium magnesium phosphate or calcium phosphate. అందుకే కాల్షియం ఫాస్ఫేట్ టాబ్లెట్స్ బాగా కిడ్నీ కొందరు కాల్షియం టాబ్లెట్ అని తింటూనే ఉంటారు. షుడ్ నాట్ బి గివెన్ ఫర్ ది లాంగర్ టైం. Also calcium phosphate cause these stones. So that's why calcium phosphate. So these are smooth, dirty white, and it enlarges in the alkaline urine. That is one danger in the air, and fills the renal pelvis, causing the stag horn calculus. This is also radio opaque. Here the pain will not be there. That is the silent stone. We can say it is a silent stone because it won't give any symptoms, because it is not having any spikes or anything. Gradually it grows, and it attains by filling in these calyces, it attains the shape. దుప్పి కొమ్ములు ఎట్లుంటాయి? ఇట్లా మీరు ఆల్రెడీ క్యాలిసెస్ చూసింది కదా. ఈ క్యాలిసెస్ ఉన్నట్టు ఇటు దుప్పి కొమ్ములు ఉంటాయి కదా, దాన్ని ఏమంటారు, జింకలు అవి ఉంటాయి. వాటి కొమ్ములు ఎట్లుంటాయి? సో లైక్ బ్రాంచ్ ఉంటాయి. ఇఫ్ యూ సీ వెరీ వెల్ తిరుపతి పోతుంటుంది. సో దట్ those like stag horn అంటాం, stag horn కాయ. ఎందుకంటే because that attains the shape of that so that fills within the calyces, causing the attains the shape of the calyces. Since calyces are branched and minor will unite together to major. So that's why in the, if you see better, if you compare, so same stag horn like appearance will be there. The stone is, this is very danger type because patient will be asymptomatic. Patient will not having any symptoms, but that grows increasing size, so that it will go. Okay, so that is one. This is also one better thing is that it is at least it's a radio opaque, radio opaque. So that's why the chance of finding patient may be getting, because in this pain may not be there, anything will not be there. Simply that will be growing after a few days or months, or after kidney gets damaged, then that may be appeared. So that is one. And next is uric acid or urate calc and urate calculus. So in this, there are multiple faceted, faceted అంటే మల్టిపుల్ ఫేసెస్ విల్ బి దేర్. మనం డైస్ ఉంటాయి కదా, మనం ఆడుకుంటాం, పచ్చీస్ ఆడినప్పుడు డై అని ఉంటుంది కదా, అట్లా మల్టీ అదెంత 4 ఫేసులు 6 ఫేసులు ఉంటాయి, 4 ఫేసులు మల్టీ ఫేసెటెడ్. సో దేర్ విల్ బి మల్టీ ఫేసెటెడ్, ట్రయాంగులర్, టెట్రాంగులర్. సో దేర్ విల్ బి stones will be so like this multifaceted. Multi-face అంటే multi faces. Faceted అంటే ఇది నథింగ్ బట్ 4 ఫేసులు ఉంటాయి. ఇటువంటి బ్రహ్మకు 4 ఫేసులు ఉంటాయి అన్నట్టు దీనికి కూడా 4 ఫేసులు 3 ఫేసులు ఉంటాయి. That's why we call as multifaceted. So these multifaceted will be there, and hard and smooth. And this is one thing is they are radio opaque. They are also not radio opaque. They will not appear on the X-rays. So this is contains the calcium. It contains the calcium oxalate. So that's why they are radio opaque. And also, suppose if it is also having this calcium, then radio opaque. Otherwise, it is a radiolucent. And cystine calculus. Cystine, Cystine, cystine calculus are hexagonal white translucent stones. So hexagonal, having 6 faces, 6 angles, white, transparent, translucent, appears only in the urine due to decreased absorption of the cystine. Cystine will not absorb. So due to non-absorption, cystine passes as it is, as a stones. That is, we call as cystinuria. Cystinuria. Next, xanthine. Very rare, extremely rare. These are also smooth, round, brick red in color. So cystine and xanthine are also translucent. అందుకే మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం 95% of the stones are radio opaque, but 5% will not be seen అనుకున్నాం. These are the cases. So where there may be uric acid, cystine and xanthine calculus may not be appeared on the X-rays. అంతే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. అంటారు సార్ స్టోన్ ఏం సార్, స్టోనే కదా సార్, అది ఎక్స్రేలో కనబడుతుంది కదా, మరి అదేం సార్ అని అడుగుతారు. మరి క్వశ్చన్ కామన్. ఇట్లాంటి అడిగినప్పుడు పంబులు కావాలి. ఓకే, 5% ఆఫ్ ది స్టోన్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ మే నాట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు సీ ఇన్ ఎక్స్రే అని చెప్పాలి. ఓకే, సో ఫర్దర్ ఎందుకు చేయాలి సార్, చాలా కమర్షియల్, ఈయన అక్కడ లేకుండా చేస్తాను స్కానింగ్, దీనిలో ఏం లేదన్నా స్కానింగ్ చేస్తామంటాడు అంటారు. సో దట్ వెరీ కామన్. సో అట్లా, సో in that condition you can go for even ultrasonogram also చెప్తాను. So these are the clinical features. Clinical features you know very well. So the patient will be about the 50% of the patient will be between the 30 to 50 age. Young age group like young, not teenage, young age, 30 to 50, young and early adult age. Adults is common, and males are more affected. That is 4:3 ratio. So 25% is more affected than the females. And there will be some stones may be quiescent. quiescent అంటే they will not be giving any symptoms. Quiescent, Quiescent, quiescent stones. Those quiescent stones are nothing but usually they are present, no pain will be there, and their phosphatic is very common, and progressive destruction of the renal parenchyma leads to the uremia. So అప్పటిదానిక uremia వచ్చేదానికి కూడా patient will not be having uremia symptoms. That is when the kidney failure is there, that is we call as uremia. So when kidney failure is there, then only the patient may present. Till then, so that's why we say as quiescent. That means that won't be showing any type of symptoms, like especially in the phosphatic calculus. So that increases in size, causes the renal parenchyma damage. Then only that will be appearing. That is we call as quiescent. And when the active cases are there, other cases like any this oxalate or other cases where there will be pain. Pain, the most important is pain. So that pain will be very well. So that is severe pain will be there. So fixed renal pain is nothing but, so this is very well, right loin to right hypochondriacal, right renal angle. So renal angle is nothing but very well. Anybody renal angle? This is in the posteriorly between the subcostal and lateral aspect of the rectus, this sacrospinous ligament. So in the angle, this is the angle. So this is the rectus sacrococcygeal ligament. So from there to this angle, so this is we call as renal angle. So this renal angle, so in the posteriorly situated below the right loin region. So that is from there the pain will be radiating to the towards the right hypochondriac region. అందుకే పేషెంట్ ఏం చేస్తారు, ఇక్కడ చూడండి, సో ఇట్లా పట్టుకొని వస్తాడు వాడు. ఏం చేస్తాడు వాడు, ఇట్లా పట్టుకొని సార్ నొప్పి ఇటు బెండ్ అవుతాడు, ఇటు బెండ్ అయ్యి, సో బెండ్ అవ్వకుంటూ వాడు ఏం చేస్తాడు, సార్ ఇక్కడ సార్ నొప్పి సార్ ఇట్లా పేషెంట్ మీరు. అందుకే నేనేం చెప్తున్నా మీకు, when patient is entering into your chamber only you have to start exam. So this is the renal angle. So from renal angle to renal, this one patient itla pattukoni that side, the pain side will be bending that side and comes, because with that bending patient will get little relief. That's why patient will be bending and holding like this, itla pattukoni so noppi anukuntaru. So and the pain will be very severe that you will curls on the bed ante ఇది కొట్టుకుంటా ఉంటాడు. ఆ పేషెంట్ మీద పేషెంట్ విల్ బి curling on the bed and rotating in all the directions to relief. And though patient won't get relief, so that's why curling on the bed antaru. So that will be position. And also on this pain also increase on motility, movement, simple movement and jolting, whatever it may be, that and urinary colic. So this is and there is urinary colic like depending upon the position, so there will be. And this also there may be even vomiting also. Sometimes patient present with the profuse settings due to pain shock. So the pain will profuse setting also come, and there will be strangling will be there. And these are the symptoms with severe pain patient use, and the patient with the history of not having liquids are exposed to the heat. బాగా ఎండలు తిరిగింది సార్, 2-3 రోజుల నుంచి ఎండలు బాగా తిరిగింది, నీళ్ళు సరిగ్గా రాలేదు. దట్ ఈస్ అనుకున్నాం డిక్రీజ్ dehydration అనుకున్నాం. That dehydration is one of the important to increase the urinary solutes causing stone and pain. So that is, and hematuria is one important. So during the usually this hematuria is nothing but the bleeding from urine, we call it hematuria. So these during the or after attack of pain, the pain వస్తుంది, తర్వాత urine వస్తుంది, urine with blood will be there. So that's why, so urine with this attack and pyuria will be there. Pyuria means pus in the urine, we call it pyuria. Pyuria, pyuria. So that is when the infection is there, this infection may be normal infection or maybe due to stone also the infection may induce. So the infection will cause the stone and stone may cause infection due to obstruction that leads to the stagnation, leads to the bacterial growth that leads to the pyorrhea. So that maybe a two chances will be there. So in that, so the WBC will increase. So that pyorrhea is infection that is also there. And on examination, tenderness will be there over the right loin region. So if you press posteriorly, so that posterior, if you press in the renal angle, this is we call as renal angle and renal angle. So this renal angle, if you press here, so the patient will get pain. So that is renal this thing or renal punch. Oh, sorry, renal light gentle punch should be given with the fist. You have to give a punch over that one. So that also causes the pain. So that is renal punch. That is we call as renal calculus. So that tenderness will be there in the renal angle and right lumbar region also. Right hypochondriac, right lumbar region also pain. So that so all these things will be there. So that in the even bimanual practice, and lumbar lo rest cheste, patient will be getting pain. That is bimanual examination. One is put behind the left renal angle. The another is in the right lumbar region. Then you press if there is any tenderness. That is we call as bimanual because you are pressing from downwards and from the anterior right lumbar region you are pressing. So between this, if there is any right lumbar region or kidney. అక్కడ ప్రెస్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమిటి దేర్ ఈస్ ఎనీ టెండర్నెస్ palpation tenderness also may be there. So ఇవన్నీ కూడా tenderness. So this is the stone, and if there is any pyorrhea, even fever also there. Otherwise the fever may not be there. Sometimes there will be even increasing micturition, the increasing, that is frequency of micturition with blood. So that is also. And investigations, you know very well, already urine test. This is important. First urine test చేసుకోవాలి rather than CBP. Of course CBP you can do అన్ని చాలా చేయొచ్చు. యూనిట్ CBP చేయాల్సిన అవసరం కూడా లేదు until unless you are getting symptoms of pyorrhea, that is urine fever or anything is there, then you can go for this test. Otherwise no, simple urine test is enough. With that, if there is any RBCs are found, and if there is any more WBCs are found, that indicates infection. And if there is more RBCs are there, more than 10 to 20 loaded, so that indicates maybe due to stone, because many other reasons are there. I'll tell you, there is two types of hematuria: painful hematuria, painless hematuria. Painless hematuria are usually in the generalized conditions like blood discharges and other conditions you will be getting like appendicitis. And in that condition, there will not be this kidney pain will not be there. That is painless hematuria. Painful means bleeding passing this urine. Patient is complaining pain, that is painful. Usually due to stones, any malignant or anything in the urinary passage, so that there will be pain. So that urine test you do, there is any RBCs, that is indicative. And RBCs as the radiography, that is nothing but CBP standards. If there is any pyorrhea, there will be rising WBC. Okay, so that is. And radiography means the X-ray. Radiography not the X-ray. Skiagram అంటారు ఇంకో దానికి X-ray పేరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. SKIA gram, GRAM. Skiagram అని కూడా అంటారు. So that is X-ray also we call as skiagram. So in this you know very well, there is any kidney, so stones that will be in the L1 to L3 area in the lateral aspect of the and right hypochondriac region and right lumbar region. Stones will be there that can be seen as any in the calculus. Calculus it can be seen when stone is there at like white glistened and glistening type, and also concentrated will be there. Bony white is different from bony white as shining on that, but in the stone there will be shining also. It will be different. bone stain, bone stone, bone and stone. That is main major difference. And IVP, you know very well in the IVP. So that will be with this IVP, you know the functional aspect and also even physiological. If there is any intrarenal opacity, situation, function, అని కూడా తెలుస్తాయి. And nine, ఒకవేళ if they are non opaque shadows, the filling defect is there. That means if you give X-ray and take the this thing IVP, so with that IVP you will see it will filling defect will be there in that. And also to rule out papilloma, you have to do retrograde pylography can be done. This not only IVP. If there is any radio non-opaque shadow, you can go for the papilloma is most common. So that papilloma can be diagnosed with the retrograde pylography. Cystography. Cystography. Urethral stricture, prostatic obstruction will be there. And also they are the cause for the stone formation. When because here what happened, there will be outlet obstruction will be there with the urethral stricture or prostatic obstruction. That also leads to the urinary stasis. Recombinant position there will be urinary stasis. Atlane ikkada kuda there will be chance. So that's why cystography can be known to know the stricture and BPH. If the BPH that is maybe causing the and ultrasonography. So in the ultrasonography, then localize the stone if it is more than 2 centimeters or so. And 1 centimeter also seen sometimes with glacial distance and everything is there, you may not be able to appreciate. So ultrasonography, so with this you will be knowing the stone position and also you will be knowing if there is any hydronephrosis and if there is any parenchyma of the kidney also, thickness of the cortex also you will be known. If thinning of the out of the this cortex is seen in the renal damage. That is like in case of if there is any this chronic hydronephrosis that leads to the increased pressure over the cortex, leads to cortical damage and parenchyma damage. So that also you can made out with ultrasound. Okay? And treatment. Treatment. Uretary column. The most important is first రాగానే నేను ఆపరేషన్ చేస్తాను. మనకి ఏమైనా వస్తారన్నాను ఏంటి వాట్ ఈస్ ది మెయిన్ కంప్లైంట్
pain and
pain. Very good. Absolutely right. Pain, severe pain and ఏమన్నా నేను కర్ల్స్ అంది బెటర్ అంటే నువ్వు పొజిషన్ వెంబడి వచ్చి ఒక్క నిమిషం కనుక నువ్వు చూడడం లేట్ అయితే అటెండ్ అయిన 10 సార్లు వచ్చి అడిగిపోతాడు ఆ నిమిషం. అంటే అంత పెయిన్ అక్కడ చూడలేకపోతుంటాం. మనము మనకు తెలియదు కదా. ఇక్కంటా నువ్వు ఏం కాదు లేని అనుకుంటాం, మన ఊపిరి మనం చూసుకుంటుంటాం. ఆడ 10 సార్లు అంటే దాన్ని అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. సివియర్ పెయిన్ is there. So that type of pain will be there. Intolerable pain will be there. So patient comes. So in that area, first you have to treat the pain. That is important because pain should be relieved. Otherwise, pain cannot tolerate. Patient may go into shock also. So that's why. So to give that, you can give ketorol injection, diclofenac injection. My choice of preference is diclofenac. But is sensitive or anything, then you can go for that is ketorol injection, ketorolac injection. So that is one option, and you can give even this tramadol injection also can be. The tramadol injection also may not be giving the good relief. Sometimes tramadol may also given. Buscopan injection, iosine bromide and ఉంటుంది. So that is Buscopan also can be given. But Buscopan may not be giving good relief. With my experience in the renal polyps, it is not antaడు చాలా బాగా పనిచేస్తుంది అంటాడు కానీ I never observed. Urinary colic లోపల best and better is give diclofenac. Ovidan na Dynapar injection and 1 cc. Ovidan అయితే 3 cc. Ovidan కూడా aqua తయారు చేసింది. So that if you give patient will get it. Or ketorol you can give. If not so, you can search out others. So that is main important is to do. ఏది కొన్నిసార్లు రెండు I have given 4 injections to your patient. All the choices I have used within the space of half an hour, 1 hour. No, it was not getting it. With that, you can give simple morphine and pethidine. Or 40 minutes Benadryl. So that is pentazocane with promethazine, cocktail preparation. Promethazine with this pentazocane. If you give, patient will sleep and you will be sleep. Otherwise, you will not. And attendant will also. లేకపోతే నేను నిద్రపోనియరు కూర్చొనియరు నిలబడియరు. And also you can give even hydration also. In that, if you give, the patient has gone to outside Japan and dehydration, you can give IV fluids also. Thereby, patient will be hydrated and at least for some symptomatic relief and psychological relief also will be there. So start the IV fluids and give injections. So that will start. And are the stones. So that is one is to the pain and to the symptomatic. Other is vomiting symptom, even ondansetron, that is Jofer injection, ondansetron injection can be. And the other is treatment of the stone. So treatment of the stone. So this normal if it is less than 4 mm, usually they pass it. So in the up to the 6 to 8 weeks interval, so they may fell down outside the urinary, this through urine, the patient may pass the stone. If not so, we have to the indications of the removal of the stone. Indications. Put the share stone. One is repeated attacks of pain. So especially when there is no advancing, ekkadunna akkanne stone untundi, but pain. So that is severe pain is there, then you. And stone is enlarged but not moving. The stone ఉంటుంది, స్టోన్ వస్తుంది, ఎన్లార్జ్ అవుతుంది, బట్ కిందికి పోదు పైకి రాదు, అక్కడనే ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ కంప్లీట్ అబ్స్ట్రక్షన్. So the complete obstruction and urine is infected and stone is there. When stone is very large to pass through the urine. So that is. And operations. So you very well, when the urinary tract infection is there, then before operation only you have to control the urinary tract infection, then you go for surgery. So operation. So there are two operations we do, that is pyelolithotomy, nephrolithotomy. Pyelo, 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 Litho, EOMO, lithotomy. Pyelolithotomy. Nephrolithotomy. That is nothing but NEPHRO. Nephro. Lithotomy. Same. So in the pyelolithotomy, the stone is usually present when it is present in the pelvis. అందుకే pyelolithotomy. Pyelo means pelvis. Otomy means open. We are litho. Litho ఎందుకు వచ్చింది మధ్యన స్టోన్ ఉంది కదా. స్టోన్ పెల్విస్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు దాన్ని ఆటమీ చేసి తీసేయండి సింపుల్ గా. అందుకే పేరులోనే నీకు ఆన్సర్ ఇచ్చి pyelolithotomy. Very simple. So in this, most of the times, 50% of the cases, this is the common situation. So in this, you have to posterior one, give the lumbar incision, posterior lumbar incision istam, subcostal incision, subcostal or lumbar incision istam, subcostal incision ichesi, we with the, because it's a retrograde. So అందుకే ఏం చేస్తాం, దాన్ని తీసుకొని then we take off out and just you turn out into the retract చేస్తాడు attendant. So the assistant. So then there will be, you have to give a incision in the posterior calculus on the calyces where the stone is situated. Over that you have to give a longitudinal incision. You pick out. Simple. And close in the opposite direction. ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో చేస్తే ఏమైతుంది, ఏదైతే లాంగిట్యూడినల్ కట్ చేసి అట్లే క్లోజ్ చేస్తే ఏమైతుంది, చెప్పగలుగుతారా ఏమైంది? ఎనీబడి? ఇప్పుడు కామన్ సెన్స్ ఏదో పెద్ద చదవాల్సిన పని, కామన్ సెన్స్ అంటే సరే ఇక్కడ కాదులే, అది అక్కడ చెప్తాను, ఆ స్టిక్చర్ అక్కడ అవుతుంది, సో చెప్తారు. సో హియర్ దెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు give a longitudinal incision and exactly over that calyces, and you have to hold with the hand. తిప్పేసి హ్యాండ్ మీద పట్టుకోవాలి, చేతిలో పట్టుకొని దెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు సర్చ్ అవుట్ వేర్ ది స్టోన్. ఆల్రెడీ ఎక్స్రే స్కానింగ్ ఉంటుంది, దట్ తెలుస్తుంది. give exactly cut over this and give the interrupted sutures. That means ఒకటి ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత అక్కడ కట్ చేయాలి. ఇంత కంటిన్యూస్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఇట్లా వేసుకుంటే వెళ్ళిపోతాం. కుట్టుకుంటే మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా హెమ్మింగ్ అంటారు తెలుసు కదా, హెమ్మింగ్ అంటే తెలుసు కదా, ఇది కుడుతుంటారు జాకెట్లు కానీ ఇట్లాంటివి కుట్టినప్పుడు హెమ్మింగ్ అని చేస్తారు లోపల, అంటే ఇట్లా 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 కుట్టుకుంటూ పోతారు, హెమ్మింగ్ అంటారు. హెమ్మింగ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏంటి, కంటిన్యూస్ చేస్తారు. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయాలి, దే షుడ్ బి ఇంటరాక్టెడ్. దట్ మీన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ ఏ so there is a wound, so you have closed it, then you have to give separate knots, separate this suture should be given with separate knot, individual knot. So that is we call as Rujugrandhi and Susuku. So this is interrupted suture should be given over that, and you have to close. This is one. Nephrolithotomy. In the nephrolithotomy, what happens? Suppose you cannot able to approach, because ఇక్కడ ఏమైతుంది, మనం ఏం చేయాలి, మనం కిడ్నీని మొబిలైజ్ చేయాలనుకున్నాం, పోస్టీరియర్ తీసుకోవాలి. ఓపెన్ చేయగానే మనకి పోస్టీరియర్ ఆస్పెక్ట్, దాన్ని ఇట్లా ఓపెన్ చేసి దెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ అన్. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, వెన్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఏమవుతుంది, వీ కెనాట్ మొబిలైజ్. కొన్నిసార్లు కిడ్నీ మనం అనుకున్నంత ఈజీగా మొబిలైజ్ కాదు. సో అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి మనం, సింప్లీ యూ కెన్ డూ ఎట్ ది వెన్ ది and also making the pelvis approach to difficult. So then in this condition, then you have to make it cool temperature should be kept very cool, and ice pieces it becomes very cool, and then you have to apply a pedicule. So in the pedicule should be, pedicule is nothing but where the output will be there, pelvis, renal artery, renal vein will be entering into the హైలం. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఒక హైలం ఉంటుంది, ఈ హైలం నుంచి పోతుంది. ఇక్కడ పెడికిల్ దగ్గర ఇవే క్లాంప్. సో దెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు give cool, make it cool, and also so to reduce the hemorrhage. So then incision has to made parallel to the, this is where suppose here it is one calyces, it is the calyces where the stone is there. Then you have to give that most convex portion of the kidney. Convex portion of the kidney should be given incision, and then you separate it and go to the stone and you pick it out. So this is nephrolithotomy. Endukante we are opening the kidney ikkada. Indanka pylolithotomy. Pylolithotomy lo em chestunam, we are directly opening the pelvis. Pelvis ne posterior తీసుకొచ్చి pelvis మీద incision ఇచ్చేసి డైరెక్ట్ గా స్టోన్ తీసేసిన క్లోజ్. pelvis ఆర్ calyces wherever it is, క్యాలిక్స్ మీద డైరెక్ట్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తున్నాం పైలోలిథోటమీ. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, అక్కడనే ఉంది కదా, బట్ అప్రోచ్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, కట్ చేసి అక్కడ నుంచి తీసేసి, దట్ ఈస్ వీ కాల్ నెఫ్రోలిథోటమీ. నెక్స్ట్ ఈస్ పార్షియల్ నెఫ్రెక్టమీ. Partial nephrectomy. So that is when stone is present with the grit, and removal of the stones may not be there possible. And when the stones are very this multiple calculus are there, grit in the renal, that is lowermost calyx. So ఇక్కడ lowermost calyx లోపల స్టోన్ ఉంది, because ఇక్కడ స్టోన్ ఉంది అనుకుందాం, lowermost calculus, it is against the gravity, isn't it? ఇక్కడ పైన ఉన్నది అనుకో, ఇక్కడ నుంచి మెల్లగా పెల్విస్ లోకి వచ్చి కిందికి జారిపోతుంది. ఇక్కడ ఏమైతుంది, ఇట్ ఈస్ అగైనెస్ట్ ది గ్రావిటీ. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయాలి, ఇక్కడ ఏమైతుంది, యూ మే నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు it may not come against the gravity into the pelvis, so it remains there only. In that condition, if it is causing If there nothing, no hydronephrosis, nothing is there, then we keep it simply there. If not so, if it is causing any renal damage, then simply that's it. That part should be there. That is we call as partial nephrosis. That part of that so this part of kidney total area మొత్తాన్ని తీసేస్తుంది. So that is we call as partial nephrectomy. So that is also when done, and damage to the calyx. This is one. And nephrolithotomy, nephrectomy. That means removal, cutting and removal of the kidney. We call as nephrectomy. So total removal of the kidney. So in that condition, same pedicle try చేసేసి కట్ చేసి తీసేసి అది ఎప్పుడు చేస్తామని, because when kidney is damaged, totally damaged, like phosphatic kidney, phosphatic stone or anything where we may not be able to see. So and also like in the phosphatic, that is stagon, and which destroys the normal this parenchymal tissue of the kidney, and then it becomes in that condition you can go for. And whether when other kidney is normal, then you can go for this nephrectomy. This is one. And percutaneous removal. Percutaneous removal. So that is nothing but, and as ఎట్లా చేస్తారు సార్ అంటే, because into the renal pelvis there is a ultrasound guide wire. So under the ultrasound or CT guided, so this guide wire is first guide wire one. The number sheath one. So then we introduce the sheath also. So then gradual dilatation, we send the sheath, and there we send the lithotripter. Nephroscope is passed. So these series of dilatation, nephroscope part, that through the nephroscope, then after me teaching the reaching the stone, if it is small, simply just you remove with the forceps, and if it is a larger, you may not able to remove that nephroscopy, then you should bang it. So that is with the that is ultrasonic lithotripter. Ultrasonic lithotripter, LITHO, lithotripter, TRYPTER, lithotripter. Litho means stone. Litho అంటే నెఫ్రోలిథాటమీ, పైలోలిథాటమీ. Litho indicates stone. So ఇక్కడ కూడా ఏంటి, so lephroscope is passed, and after that you will remove with the lithotripter. You will give a this shock, so thereby that breaks down the stone, so that it is coming out, so that they can be removed. So that our electrohydraulic probe will be there. దీంతో ఏం చేస్తాం, we give a shock wave, so with that the stones become small fragments, so they can be removed. That is percutaneous removal. ఇంకోటి ఏంటి, Dornier's lithotripter. Dornier, DORNIER apostrophe. Dornier lithotripter, LITHO TRIPTOR. This is also called ESWL. ESWL, extracorporeal shock wave lithotripsy. Extracorporeal shock wave lithotripsy, ESW. So in this, a shock wave is generated. So then from the within an ellipse, then kidney stone will be broken. So that will be become a small fragments. So these stones are tiny pieces. Then they can be come out from the urinary passage. And if they are this thing, so you can also remove when they are bigger. You can remove with the ureteroscope. That is one. So So Dornier, lithotripter or TAWL under. So that also you can do. And there is bilateral renal calculus. Bilateral. That means both the kidneys are affected with these stones. That is we call as bilateral. So in this, the ఏం చేయాలి? రెండు ఉన్నాయి. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? దేని ట్రీట్మెంట్ చేయాలి అని కామన్ గా ఆలోచించి two side stones are there.
ఎక్కువ
ఏది
పార్ట్
మొదలు
ఏది
చేయాలి?
డ్యామేజ్ కాలేదో, ఏ
Severe
పార్ట్ లో సివియర్ డ్యామేజ్ ఎక్కువ లేదో ఆ కిడ్నీ
వెరీ
చేయాలి
గుడ్,
సార్.
వెరీ గుడ్, యు ఆర్ రైట్, అబ్సల్యూట్లీ రైట్. బికాస్ సో డ్యామేజ్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నదాన్ని వదిలేయాలి, తక్కువ ఉన్నదాన్ని తీసేయాలి. ఇంకా గుడ్, ఇట్స్ ఎ వెరీ గుడ్ ఆన్సర్. ఇంకా ఎందుకు? దేర్ బై ద కిడ్నీ ఫంక్షన్ కెన్ బి రీస్టోర్డ్. ఎట్లాగో ఒకటైతే ఎట్లాగో పోయింది, దీన్ని కూడా పోతే ఏమవుతుంది? దిస్ ఆల్సో గెట్స్ డ్యామేజ్ అండ్ యూ మే నాట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు పేషెంట్ నీడ్స్ అగైన్ కిడ్నీ ట్రాన్స్ప్లాంటేషన్. సో అందుకని ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ ఈస్ whenever normal kidney should be, the normal or less damaged kidney side should be done. That is first. Next, చెప్పండి ఇంకేమన్నా. పెయిన్, సివియర్ పెయిన్ ఉంది, ఆ సైడ్ షుడ్ బి డన్ ఫస్ట్. ఓకే. Infection. So when the affected side is more infected, so that should be treated first. That is we call as pyonephrosis. So in that condition you can. So that means a side undo a side మనం తీసేది. That is ఇంకోటి pyonephrosis. Pyonephrosis is nothing but when the pus is collected within the renal parenchyma. So that is in the calyces. Then you can do. So then you can do the nephrostomy. 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 NEPH. Okay, PHR. Nephrostomy. So that nephrostomy is nothing but we open by sending this sheet. Just we send the drain is sent and you drain out. That is nephrostomy is done in that, especially in case of bilateral Staghorn calculus and early, when operation is not possible. And also you have to give plenty of oral fluid should be given. This is one. ఒక 5 minutes లో వస్తాం మళ్ళీ. 5 minutes break. Ureteric calculus. Ureteric. URETERIC. Ureteric calculus. CALCULUS. CLUS. Calculus. So this is, where ఇందాక ఏమనుకున్నాం దాన్ని renal calculus. This is ureteric calculus. That is nothing but when a calculus or stone is situated within the ureter, this is we call as ureteric calculus. So this ureteric calculus, so when there is usually the stones are formed in the kidneys. So the birthplace for the stone in this ureteric calculus is kidney. So from the when kidney, so in the kidney these stones are formed, then gradually enters into minor calculus or major calculus, that enters into the pelvis. This is minor calculus, major calculus, and may enter into the pelvis. So from the pelvis they will be coming out into the, so from the pelvis, this is the pelvis. From the pelvis, they will be descend down into the ureter. So this is what happens when gradually that descend down. So that becomes enlarged and attains date shaped, date stone shaped. So లోపల మనకి డేట్ స్టోన్ కి ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది, elongated. ఎందుకు elongated ఉంటుంది? Because ureter is a elongated. So that's why the stone grows in the elongated. Date stone లెక్క పెరుగుతుంది. So in the usually 90% of the cases the stones will be single. In that there will be multiple stones are maybe there, but here the urinary stone will be usually 90% of the cases there will be only one stone, because chinna stone they will be passing down into the urinary bladder. So there may be multiple stones may be there in the urinary bladder, but ureter is multiple stones in the ureter is very less common, because if they are smaller they'll be flowing with the urine, they flow into the urinary bladder, there they will be cut. Okay, so that is the thing. So and here there is clinical features. So clinical features, same, pain is the main, because but there is one important is because it is having 5 natural narrows. ఇది ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. These so here there are 5 natural narrowings in the this ureter. So that is, one is at pelvis, pelvi-ureteric junction. Here there is one natural narrow. So pelvi-ureteric junction, PUJ antaru. PUJ ante pelvi-ureteric junction. That is nothing but union of the pelvis with the ureter. That is we call as PUJ. That is pelvi-ureteric junction. One narrow. Task is important. Second is crossing the iliac artery. While passing the iliac artery, here there will be one more narrow passing iliac artery. That is one crossing. And the another is dextraposition of the vas deferens. Dextraposition of the vas deferens. This is one more place. Juxtaposition of the vas deferens. This is fourth one, or broad ligament. In the females, vas deferens అయితే males లో, females లో broad ligament. And there is entry into the bladder wall. Entry into the bladder wall. So it is bladder wall. Here, when it is in, that is nothing but uretero-vesical junction, we can say. When it is entering into the bladder, so that is uretero-vesical junction. That is one. And last one is this. If you see anatomically, the ureter will not end in the uretary wall, this bladder wall. Little downwards it ends in the urinary bladder, little 1 centimeter below the ureteric wall. So here the fourth place is at the ureteric outlet, that is we can say ureteric orifice. This ureteric orifice little 1 to 2 mm below the ureteric, this cystic bladder of the wall of the bladder, urinary bladder. So that's why this is one more place. So there are 5 normal narrow. So whenever the stone is passing through that calyx into the urinary bladder, there are 5 narrows. That means that usually the stones will be obstructed at these points. అందుకోసమే natural 5 narrowings. So that's why the pain will be. So here, depending upon the pain, the stone pain will be varied. అందుకోసం ఇదంతా చెప్పడం. Because suppose if it is within the upper one third వరకు కూడా ఎక్కడ ఉన్నా కానీ you will be getting renal colic. That is, as I told ఇందాక renal colic pain వస్తుంది. But as it is going down, if it is in the lower 1/3, the pain will be so the pain will be that is into the right lower third, lower third, lower 1/3. The pain will be radiating from loin to groin. Loin posterior loin ఉంటుంది కదా, loin నుంచి groin వరకు, that is radiating, that is lower. If it is middle, so in the if it is and also if it is in the middle, so the pain will be so if it is in the sorry, if it is in the middle, the pain will be pain to the loin, pain to the loin. And whenever it is in the lower this, lower one, the pain will be up to the right lumbar region. And whenever in the lower 1/3, the pain will be radiating from right loin to the right testis or labia majora in the female. When it is in the lower 1/3, when it is in the up middle, the pain will be loin to groin, groin వరకే ఉంటుంది. But if it is lower 1/3 లో ఉంటే మాత్రం the pain will be radiating along with the genitofemoral nerve, which is common nerve. Referred pain ఎప్పుడైనా ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది? So when the both the segments are the cutaneous segments and also these segments, what we call organ is supplied by the both the same somatic nervous system. So that pain will be radiating from there to there. So that's why here the same dermatome is being supplied by the genitofemoral nerve. So that's why the pain will be radiating from right to the kidney area, that is right loin, to the right labia majora, which this genitofemoral will supply to the genital organ, that is into the labia majora or the testis in the males. So like that, so the pain will be radiating from there to there. And another, whenever it is in the intramural, intramural means within the wall. So intramural, mura అంటే ఏంది? Wall, intramural. When it is in the intramural, so the pain will be tip of the penis. Tip of the penis in the males with strangury. So the strangury అంటే painful micturition, painful bloody micturition we call as strangury. So that painful increased frequency of micturition we call as strangury, not hematuria. Painful and increased frequency of micturition, that is we call as strangury. That also will be there. So and but one more condition where there is a this when there is impacted అంటే ఏమైతుంది? When it is growing inside, ఈ size పెరిగి పెద్దగా అయిపోతుంది. పెద్దగా అయినప్పుడు ఏమైతుంది? So that neither move downwards nor upwards. So that is impacted. That we call as impacted. That is ఇరుక్కుపోయినట్టు అక్కడ. That won't move neither downwards nor upwards. That is we call as impacted. That impacted stone is there. The pain may not be the main feature here. The pain will be severe pain will be replaced by dull ache pain. Dull ache pain will be there on the affected side, and which increases on exercise, jolting or movements. ఇవన్నీ కూడా, so that will be, and this is usually occur in the pelvic portion of the ureter, that is lower ureter లో అయ్యే అక్కడ కామన్ గా మనకి ఇరుక్కుపోతుంది. This is one. And the pain will be subsiding. So in the after severe pain will be, ఇది ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది? The severe pain will be there. After 2 days it subsides. And also, so that means when it is moving, so the pain is giving it is giving pain 2 to 3 days. After, when it is coming down into the lower 2/3, then it gets impacted somewhere in the pelvic portion. So that gets affected, then pain will become sharp pain, will be replaced by the dull ache pain. So that is, and IVP. So then whenever you do this IVP, in the initial period, the kidney function may be normal. After 2 weeks, when you repeat this IVP, so then that may be, if there is no non-function, So that should be seen as a non నిన్ననే మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం అటువైపు ఏంటి the dye will not be evident on the other side. The dye is absent on the affected side. That indicates that kidney is failing. So immediately that operation should be done. That side, if there is any function can be restored, that we cannot say depending upon the degree of damage of the cortex. So that depends. So that is next hematuria. The other is hematuria. In the hematuria, as I told, whenever there is a acute ureteric calculus is there, so then there will be because due to that movement there will be microscopic or microscopic చూడొచ్చు వాడు కనబడదు లేకపోతే if you see under microscope there will be loaded RBC. But after impaction there may not be much this hematuria may not be the feature. So that is also one important thing to be this thing. And if there is any hydronephrosis, that pain may be increasing. Dalek pain will be there on the affected side. And if there is any infection, so the already infection signs, temperature rise, tenderness, everything. So the tenderness may not, sometimes the tenderness may be felt at the stone side, but it's not evident in this. So that is uretary tract. So the abdominal examination, the tenderness and rigidity at the site of the stone may be on the right side. So maybe but one thing we have to remember, on the right side appendicitis also will be there, which similarly mimics the same pain. So you have to rule out on the right side. So that is this thing. And one more important in the what is the then how can you differentiate? So when you take this X-ray, ఇంకొకటి ఎక్స్రే ఇందానికి ఒక విషయం చెప్పడం మర్చిపోయాను. సరే ఓకే, ఇందాక కిడ్నీలో ఒక ఎక్స్రే అని చెప్పాను చూసింది, స్టోన్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మల్టిపుల్ స్టోన్స్ కూడా ఉండొచ్చు. ఓకే, యూరేట్ క్రిస్టల్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ మచ్ faceted and multiple uric acid crystals are. So these uric acid crystals అప్పుడు ఏమైతుంది, ఎక్స్రే తీసిన యాంటీరియర్ ఏపీవీ తీసిన, ఏపీవీ తీసినప్పుడు ఏమైంది, సో ద స్టోన్స్ విల్ on the right side of the right side mostly, and when it is confusion will arise whenever it is on the right side. So right side ఉంది at L2 L1 L2 మధ్యన మీకు స్టోన్స్ ఉంది. So how can you differentiate between the kidney stones and that same area? అక్కడ రైట్ సైడ్ ఏముంటుంది, ఇంకొక పార్ట్ చెప్పండి. ఇది రిట్రోపెరిటోనియల్, ఇంట్రాపెరిటోనియల్ ఆర్గాన్. ఇంకా ఈ క్లూ కూడా ఇచ్చింది. ఇంట్రాపెరిటోనియల్ ఆర్గాన్ రైట్ సైడ్ ఏముంటుంది, రైట్ హైపోకాండ్రియస్, రైట్ లంబార్ రీజన్. ఆర్గాన్ ఏంటమ్మా?
లివర్ సార్. లివర్
ఇంకా గాల్ బ్లాడర్ నాదియేనా?
హిమాంజలి సార్.
హిమాంజలి, వెరీ గుడ్. అది రైట్ సైడ్, దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ఇన్ అడిషన్ టు ది లివర్. ఓకే, గాల్ బ్లాడర్ కూడా ఉంటుంది. బట్ there will be stones same like faceted only. It will be there in the even in the gallbladder. So how can you differentiate? With your anatomical knowledge, common sense, you tell me. Rendu o clue already ichesindi. Inka two. One clue is kidneys situation. కిడ్నీ ఎక్కడ సిచ్యువేట్ అయింది?
లంబార్
కిడ్నీస్ లంబార్
ఓకే, ఇంకా ఇన్ రిలేషన్ టు పెరిటోనియం. చెప్పాను ఇన్ రిలేషన్ టు పెరిటోనియం, ఆల్రెడీ ఆన్సర్ రిట్రోపెరిటోనియం. ఎవరు చెప్పిండు? ప్రసన్న. It is a retroperitoneal organ. So that is situated posterior to the peritoneum. What is the position of the gallbladder, intraperitoneal, within peritoneum. సో అంటే ఏంటి రిట్రోపెరిటోనియం అంటే ఏంటి? ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది
ఓన్లీ వన్ సైడ్
రిట్రోపెరిటోనియం?
కవర్డ్ విత్ పెరిటోనియం.
ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది అది? యాంటీరియర్ గా ఉంటుందా, పోస్టీరియర్ గా ఉంటుందా?
పోస్టీరియర్.
పోస్టీరియర్ ఉంటుంది. సో పోస్టీరియర్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? దెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ లాటరల్ వ్యూ. ఎక్స్రే ఏం తీసుకోవాలి అప్పుడు తెలుసా? యూ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ లాటరల్ వ్యూ. సో లాటరల్ వ్యూ తీసుకుంటే ఏమైతుంది? సిన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ this gallbladder is intraperitoneal and anterior to the kidney, so that's why the stone will be appearing anterior to the spine. Spine ఉంటుంది కదా, spine is a fixed part against which you have to see. So if you see in relation with the lumbar, it will be situated anteriorly, so that's why that will be anterior, and it is retroperitoneal, so that's why the stone will be seen on the posterior side. Adokadu guర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. So this is you have to take whenever you are getting confusion, then you can go for simple X-ray. You are not having ultrasonogram. You are working at a rural area. ఎప్పుడైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, everybody has to think when I am in the rural area, not see that I am in the city, I am in the corporate hospital, because maybe somebody may be practicing in the rural area where only X-ray is available. Sometimes that also will not be there. At least the X-ray will be there, because X-ray for 1.5 lakh, if you keep a simple old X-ray or something, you will be getting. Sometimes the people used to keep for X-rays, so that only X-ray available. Ultrasound అంటే 10-15 లక్షలు కావాలి. So that may not be available, and టెక్నికల్ స్కిల్ కూడా కావాలి. దీనిలో ఉన్నది దాని మీద పడుకోబెట్టి ఎవరికైనా నేర్పితే వాడు ఎక్స్రే ఫోటో తీసినట్టు తీసేస్తాడు. సో దట్ ఈస్ పాసిబుల్. సో అక్కడ ఏం చేస్తాం? దెన్ దిస్ ఈజ్ ది టెస్ట్ యూ కెన్ డూ. యూ కెన్ టేక్ ది lateral view when it is in the stones or in the this kidney, that will be seen posterior to the this in line with the this spine, or little posterior may be seen, but in the stones in the gallbladder, that's in the anterior. That is one important. ఇంకోటి ఏంటి? రైట్ appendicitis. Appendicitis the pain will be starting in the epigastric region or in the periumbilical region. Gradually the pain will be setting into the right iliac fossa. That is one history. And the other, though, if you give after a while, the pain will disappear. You have given injection, after that the pain may be disappear in this. And also the tenderness will be in the kidney. The tenderness may not be the very feature, and but in the this appendicitis, the tenderness will be there. And also there will be rebound tenderness also will be there in this right this right iliac fossa. And also after giving treatment, the patient may get rid of the pain, but there the patient may not be getting. మనం ఉపశమనం అని అంటాం. ఉపశమనం ఉపశమనం అంటాం. ఉపశమనం అంటే ఏంటి? after giving treatment, if it is subsiding, that is your diagnosis, right? You have given some analgesics, NSAIDs you have given, so patient has got relief. So there is no pain. You have kept in observation for 24 hours. No pain. Pain is not progressing. Pain is subsided. There is no other signs of any signs and symptoms of appendicitis, and also fever, vomitings. They are the triad, same triad and pain, vomiting, fever. So that is one thing. So ivanni kuda then nothing is there. Then we can think of patient is symptom free. We can say. So that is indirect. That is upashayamana. That also can be done. And after that, you have to take X-ray. In this also X-ray. Investigations in the X-ray. Same, you can see in the line of the this after 48 hours, so you can see the outline. So that is in Japan, so that will be there. Injection will be given in the line of ureter. So in the line of ureter, so these are the vertebrae. So these are the transverse processes. In the transverse processes are the T1 to T4. So this will be line. So these are the transverse process ki pakkane ganke ekkanna stone ఆ లైన్ లో కనబడితే that is the line of ureter, so that then we can have some diagnosis. That is one. And IVP. So IVP, you know very well. So there will be on the side of obstruction, and so the dye will pass up to the obstruction. Beyond that, there will not be any dye cannot be seen. So dye will not pass. And if it has no, if the kidney is non-functioning, so that is there will not be affected side. So the excretion may not be totally absent, or delayed excretion may be there. Okay. So that means at the same time, as I told yesterday, delayed excretion అంటే 15 minutes తర్వాత తీస్తే దీనిలోనేమో కింది దాకా పోయింది, దీనిలో ఇక్కడ. That means there is a partial obstruction. That's why dye is not able to pass easily as in the affected, non-affected. So that's why there will be delayed secretion will be there. Here, suppose if the other kidney is totally non-functional, both these sides are there. So here the dye will be having up to the site of obstruction. Here no dye is seen, so that's why it is non-functional. Okay, so that is should be taken after 48 hours. Also you may require to see the outline, and hydronephrosis, dilatation of the ureter also may be seen after even 48 hours also, because due to obstruction the drug may be retained within the urinary tract for 48 hours. In that condition we will be getting even 40. Cystoscope. Cystoscope is nothing but whenever is situated in the lower one third, this cystoscopy can be passed up to that. So then we have to see whenever there is a uretary orifice that becomes patulous. So ikkada emaitundi, when stone is there upside, so downwards it becomes patulous. That means it becomes rather than normal size, it increases the size. So there will be becomes patulous. That becomes widened. We can say widened. That is patulous is nothing but widened. So that also can be seen. So that means there is a stone is there behind that. That's why it is widened. Then we can remove that. So that is one. And also when there is minute particle hemorrhages also there, it is in the intramural. So within the vicinity, so that may be there. So ivanni kuda that is then. And there is a passage of urinary catheter. So that is one. So when you pass the catheter, so if it is going to some extent, after that it is not able, you are not able to pass here. And there will be a click sound will be there. Tick tick one click sound because stone is there. So you are touching that stone. So since it is made up of this glass and the silver, this metal, so metallic click sound will be there when it is touching to the this stone, that may be there. Here is also, and the other is IVP, that is CT scan also can, CT also can be done to know the function status and also this thing, but may not be much required. CT also, CT scan also can be done. And this thing, after that we can go for treatment. The colic same, when there is colic in the kitchen injection, NSAIDs కానీ injections can be given, or maybe so morphine or any cocktail preparations also can be given. Probantin injection also can be given. ఇవన్నీ కూడా then can be pain. Dianapar, that is diclofenac, ketorol injections can be given. Tramadol injection can be given. Riscopan, that is hyoscine bromide, that is we call as technical name, so the chemical name. So all these things can be given as a painkiller. And treatment of the stone. Treatment of the stone. So again, so that is instrumental treatment and operative treatment. Instrumental treatment and we send the instrument, we remove it. That is instrumental. Operating means we have to open. So after invention of this endoscopy, cystoscopy, the open operations are drastically came down. It's very wonderful. ఒక జపాన్ వాళ్ళకి దండం పెట్టారు. ఎందుకు ఎట్లా డెవలప్ అయింది తెలుసా మీకు? చిన్న హిస్టరీ ఈస్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ వే, కానీ వాళ్ళ ఆచారంలో ఏముంటుందట, ఇఫ్ యూ ఓపెన్ ది అబ్డామిన్, So they will die. That will ఏదో ఒక ఏదైతే మన ప్రాణాన్ని కాపాడుతుందో that will go off. So that's a patient will die. That is their belief, a belief, myth or belief. Myth we can say because ఎన్నిసార్లు ఓపెన్ చేసి చచ్చిపోతుంది వాళ్ళ మిత్. సో దాంతో ఏం చేసిందంటే హెచ్ఎల్ అట్లాగా దీనికి ఇంకేదైనా ఉపాయం ఆలోచించాను. దే స్టార్ట్ డూయింగ్ ఆల్ దిస్. సో అందుకే దిస్ ఎండోస్కోపిక్ హెస్ డెవలప్డ్ ఇన్ ది జపాన్ ఫస్ట్. అదొక మిత్. మిత్ కూడా ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో గ్రేట్ ఇన్వెన్షన్. వీ కెన్ సే ఇట్స్ dramatic change in the management of many diseases after arriving this endoscopes, because many treatment have come without opening, especially in the field of kidney disease. So in this, you have to do urinary catheterization. So if there is any small stone, half centimeter diameter is there, so any part of the ureter, when it is obstructed, simply you can do the urinary catheterization, then that may come out. Since it is very small, half centimeter in the diameter, less than half centimeter, that may come down or you can pick out. That is one. Next is Dornier basket. One is urinary catheterization. Second is Dornier basket. DORMIE basket. BASKET. Dornier basket. When stone is in the lower third, we do. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తాము, దిర్ విల్ బి ఎ బాస్కెట్ లైక్. ఎప్పుడైనా మీరు ఒడిషేల్ అని చూసిందా? ఒడిషేల్ పల్లెటూరులోకైతే తెలుస్తుంది. మంచం మీద నిలబడి దాని మీద ఏం చేస్తాడంటే అక్కడ ఏమైనా పెద్ద జంతువు దూరం నుంచి పక్షులు వస్తున్నాయి, వాడు ఏం చేస్తాడు, ఒక ఉట్టి చూసిండ్రా, ఉట్టి అయితే చూసిండ్రా అందరు. ఎక్కడ చూసిన సినిమాలో అయితే ఉట్టి చూస్తాడు, కృష్ణుడు ఉట్టి మీద వెన్న పెడతారు, అవైతే అందరు చూసిందా లేదా? ఉట్టి చూసిండు కదా. ఒడిషేల్ అంటేనే సేమ్, అది చిన్న సైజ్ ఉంటుంది. ఒడిషేల్ కూడా సేమ్, నథింగ్ బట్ there will be a thread will be there, and that side thread will be there, this side, and there will be an opening. When you make it tight, so that becomes tight. So that is ఒడిషేల్. ఇట్లా పట్టుకొని వదిలేస్తారు. వదిలేస్తే ఏమైతే ఆ రాయి పోయి దూరం ఉన్న దాన్ని తాకు. సో దట్ ఈస్ వి కాల్ as ఒడిషేల్ అంటారు. దీని ఏమో ఉట్టి లెక్కనే ఉంటుంది. సో వెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ closed, so that portion, the widened portion, get same line. So we'll pass this Dornier basket is passed beyond the stone, then they unscrew it. When unscrew it, they open. So they open and they become like Orishela. That open, and after that the stone will come into that wider portion. Then again you have to tighten. So what happens? The stone will be hold within that basket, so that will be removing that basket. So that is a technique. Dornier basketing and basketing. So then when it is present in the lower third, that basketing can be done. And ureteric meatotomy. So ureteric meatotomy is that when the stone is in the meatus, that is ureteric orifice. So ఇందాక మనం అది చెప్పలేదు. ఓకే, యూరిటరిక్ మేటస్. సో వెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ ది యూరిటరిక్ మేటస్, సో ఇక్కడ మేటస్ లో ఉంది. ఈ మేటస్ లో స్టోన్ ఉంటే ఏం చేస్తాం, సింప్లీ జస్ట్ యూ కట్ దిస్ ఓపెన్ meatotomy. So just you cut it, then it becomes white, the stone will come out, you can remove it. That is ureteric meatotomy when it is situated within the ureteric orifice. This is that. Next, intraureteric manipulation with rigid ureteroscope. So here also, when it is in the ureteric manipulation, you can remove directly or by basketing. This also can be done by basketing. You go beyond the stone, then you open the basket, then you catch hold tight, and that will be closed, and you remove it. That is Dornier basketing also can be done. Network lekuntundi. ఆ నెట్వర్క్ నుంచి ఓపెనింగ్ కాగానే ఆ బాస్కెట్ మొత్తం అట్లా క్లోజ్ అయ్యి ఓపెన్ అయి ఉంటుంది. అగైన్ అంటే థ్రెడ్ అన్ని స్టీల్ రాడ్స్ లేకుంటుంది, ఓపెన్ చేయగానే క్లోజ్ అయిపోతుంది. Then you can remove that is one. Push and bang. One more thing, push and bang. When it is in the upper ureter, when the upper ureter stone is there, then you cannot remove with the ureteroscope. So in that, with the ureteroscope, you will push into the back into the pelvis or kidney. their bank ESWL అని నిన్న చెప్తున్నా ఇందాక చెప్పిన ESWL extra corporeal short wave lithotripsy. So with that you push it into the kidney, then you can give ESWL. So that is a shock wave will be given. So then they will become fragmented. Those fragments can be removed from the either from the ureteroscope you can remove, or directly when they are become very small. So then you have to broken into the small. You have to break them into the small pieces. They may pass in the urine while giving the. You give plenty of water, they will come out from the urine. So that is one more this thing. But this is one more important is because there is after removing there is a DJ stent on DJ stent DJ double J. So this is one D. This is J shape. So it is coming. Okay. This is one double J. This is one J అంటే ఏంది ఇది ఒకటి ఇంకోటి ఏంది డబుల్ J. ఓకే ఇది ఒక J ఇది ఒక J. రివర్స్ ఇట్లా చూస్తే ఇది ఒకటి. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ DJ stent. DJ అంటే double J. So that means this is opposite side. So this is like this. If you see this is J, if you see this is J. So there is double J. So a stent is it is nothing but plastic J లెక్క ఉంటుంది. Then it becomes straight. When you make it straight, it becomes straight. So it is a malleable, we can say. So when it is entering into this, it becomes straight. After passing the up to the pelvis, it becomes strung into the medial side because due to less resistance that turns medially. So then you have to after that entering into this, then the other will be other J. This will be J. So what happened? If this J will be anchoring here and this J will anchor here, thereby this patency is maintained. So that is why we call as DJ stent. ఇది ఎందుకు వేస్తాం మరి? Why this DJ stent should be applied? Not to have any. One is after that the stone should not come into the back into the ureter, and also not to get this stricture. Stricture will not be also found. So after 1 month, this DJ stent will be removed under local anesthesia or short general anesthesia. You can remove this DJ can be removed. So that is DJ. Push and bang and apply the DJ. After that, you remove after 1 month. Next is operative key. That is ureterolithotomy. Ureterolithotomy. So in this, so the when position is in the operation, when you cannot able to see, when it is impacted, you are not able to move it. So in that condition, then you require to open this thing impacted in the upper third especially, that cannot be moved. So that's why you have to give a incision in the right this lumbar region, in the right subcostal region. You can give in the posteriorly along the downwards, and stone also. Whenever the stone is impacted in the lower third, the incision should be given at the scalp point. So these are the two places. Even patient should be kept in the dorsal position, and you have to give a incision at the lumbar above the superior iliac spine, anterior superior iliac spine. You have to give a incision, and after that, then middle of the inguinal ligament, up to the middle of the inguinal ligament you have to give, and then flank muscles are dissected. Flank muscles could dissect here. Then you have to push the peritoneum anteriorly. Then you have to locate the this ureter will be seen with the gauze dissection. You can this dilated ureter can be found. Over that you have to give a incision the longitudinally. So this is important, as I told. ఇందాక చెప్పినట్టు చెప్పా, మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను. So this is the thing you are giving incision here. So after that you have to close in this direction, because when you give in this open, if you close in that direction, that becomes stricture, may form this stricture. So that's why you have to give, and you have to give interrupted suture can be given with the non-absorbable suture can be, and then you have to cut it open with the scooping, and scoop should be applied, and also there may be even this forceps, the bovine forceps, or this right angle forceps. You can remove that stone, and that then you have to close with the 40 plain cat gut. So only muscular layer should be closed, not the inner side. Only muscular layer enduku, because if you close even this mucus membrane, so that may cause the stricture is very much common in this. So that's why you have to avoid doing that. So that is one important. And when the stone is situated lower third or intramural or extravesical or intramural, that is within the wall of the urinary bladder, that is we call as intramural position. In that, you have to give a midline incision, that is below the umbilicus. So below the subumbilical incision, subumbilical paramedian incision. So that can be given approach. ఎందుకంటే అది ఈజీగా నీకు కిందికి ఉంటుంది. Subumbilical extraperitoneal approach can be midline can be given, and peritoneum should be stripped off, and then you have to expose the posterior surface of the this urinary bladder. There you give a incision, and then you take off, and again you can close it. That is one more thing you can do. Dissection between the posterior surface of the bladder and the pelvis. Then the stone is felt, and that should be identified and removed. So that is after that removal, and again the urinary catheter or bogie should be passed. So thereby the same patency should be seen. So the pathways bogie should be passed, thereby patency is maintained. Again you can apply the stent also may be there. So that is nothing, not to get narrow, but a BJ stent also can be applied, and after that you can remove even the English also you can apply. So this is renal calculus and urinary. Okay. Tomorrow